Elaine, you should be live. I have no idea if people can see you or not.
The picture's not coming out.
Oh yeah, you are definitely live. So I'm gonna post a link to the new live stream, and hopefully people find it. This is great. This has started very, very well. Not at all problematic. Hi, hello everyone. If you can see us, great. If you can't, well.
Oh look, there I am.
Yeah. Hey, we are
Hooray.
live indeed, and people hear us fine? If is the audio like okay? Aside maybe not being like the best quality in the world, is it like feedbacking or anything like that?
Or repeating itself.
Everyone's saying hello. This is so nice. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hi, it's us. Oh.
We got there in the end. This is our like motto in life. We'll get there in the end.
Yeah. Audio is fine apparently.
Hooray!
Although I do see the spinny wheel of doom, but hopefully that's okay. I know that our internet's been like really playing up, so that's the thing. Shall we talk about like I don't know, what will we talk about?
Sharks?
Well, maybe let's before talk about why there hasn't been like a video for like ages.
That might be a thing.
Well,
I mean, it's partly to do with sharks. In that we've both been really sick since we came back. We both have been con-crudding a little bit.
Yeah, so we got con-crud just right at the very tail end of Shucks.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, it's fine. We're feeling fine. We'll be fine. Like, on first day, I went to run our local board game club. And I was like, this is okay. We'll manage. We'll film this video over the weekend and edit it and everything. And we were just dead. I mean, completely dead. So, yeah.
Like, make me a cup of tea. No, I made one already. It's your turn to make tea.
So that's why there's no video. We have a video fully scripted and ready to go for Treasure Island. And we thought it would only be fair to give a shout out to Treasure Island and say that if you're kind of wondering about, if you're going to Essen Spiel, and you're wondering, should I get this game about pirates and measuring things? Because the reviews, I think Tom did a review and there's a little preview from John Perkis. So they were like slightly like, I like this game, but maybe a little bit lukewarm. We love this game. We actually adore it. And the really cool thing about it is some of the comments were like, oh, the deduction isn't as solid as it could be. But actually, I think the deduction is better than in most deduction games because it's less structured, and there's like this whole, you can't just work out information based on, you know, hexes or grids or whatever. You have to work it out by what other people...
It's literally a dot on the map, and then you have to work out from what other people have found and what you have found where the dot is.
We should probably say what this game is for people who don't know. So Treasure Island is a game, it's a one versus many game, but the many aren't playing together either. So the one is Long John Silver, they draw, and the stream's gone a little bit dodgy now. I'm hoping it's getting better. This is going to be weird because we have a lot of issues today that are a little bit unexpected, like internet issues and stuff like that. It's just weird.
Are we back?
I think we're back.
Hooray!
Yeah. So, okay, a couple of questions that we've got. How was Shucks? How was the song show that we did? Some people asking about the Last Place podcast as well, so we can maybe cover those as we go along. How was Shucks, Elaine?
I had a really good time at Shucks, apart from getting sick at the end. But I had a really lovely time. We both had a lovely time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Everyone was super nice. It was just a really good atmosphere. I actually got to play some games. Which is unusual at a convention, which was nice. We did our musical show. We did the other thing,
the Victorian Parlour Games. Yeah, we did a couple of shows that are not going to go up because they were really odd and strangely sweary.
They also had some technical issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't really their fault necessarily, but...
How did we like Vancouver?
Oh, Vancouver was lush!
I know, right?
Like, so when we got there, on the first day we couldn't sleep, so we decided to go for a walk, and it was dark. And as
Like
the sun,
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, like 4 in the morning. And as the sun started coming up, I said to Efka, oh, look at those massive clouds in the distance. It's going to be a really grey day. And then as the sun came up more, I was like, they're not clouds, they're mountains. There were these huge mountains. I've never seen mountains really before, and it was just magical.
Well, we've seen mountains, but like Isle of Skye and stuff like that, right?
I've seen a big green mountain.
Yeah.
But not a proper mountain. Like a hill. Like a big hill. But I've never seen... I don't think a mountain range like that. It was just magical.
Yeah.
Magical.
The song show didn't go quite... I think it was pretty good. It didn't go quite as well as we wanted to. I think...
Elaine messed up a lot.
Elaine messed up a lot and got really stressed on messing up on
Yeah.
songs, which didn't bother me at all because I think the songs were great. But I think we weren't used to that stage. It was the first time we were on that stage, and the stage was actually... If you've been to like Expo or whatever, it's way bigger. The stage and the lights were so bright, and it was really hard to hear other panelists because I don't think it was equipped for having like 8 people on stage at the same time. So
I think we broke them a little bit.
Yeah, we did a little bit, but like to not disparage that stage actually.
Oh,
it was like really, really well organized. And one of the things about Shucks, I think, is just how incredibly, incredibly well organized it was. And we were filming a documentary there, actually, on the organizing of Shucks. And that should go up sometime later, maybe in November, maybe in December, on Shut Up and Sit Down's channel. When we finish editing it, because there's a lot to do. So you'll be able to see more about the stage and the organization that went into it. But I can say wholeheartedly, it's incredible how well organized that show was, considering how little the Shut Up and Sit Down boys actually had to do with organizing it. And in their own words, they were just, I'm just Mickey Mouse in a suit wandering around Disneyland, waving to people.
Really well organized. And I think that's what I meant. Like, the atmosphere was just great. Everything just went so... Everything felt like it just went so well there, and I think that's a huge compliment to the organisers, because it felt like there was nothing going on, there was nothing going wrong, and obviously they were doing a huge amount of work. Right, it takes a lot of effort to make things look like they're going super smooth.
I know, right? Yeah. Like, everything's just fine.
Everything's just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah. And that doesn't happen organically. Like, that takes a huge amount of work. So
the other thing I just wanted
really good job
to briefly say about Shucks was that I think that show wouldn't work without the audience that Shut Up and Sit Down have built up, because there's, like, at the end of the day, that show only was as good as the people that were there. And it's incredible that... It's like I didn't have a negative interaction with anyone.
No.
Right?
True.
Like, all my interactions were not just negative or like neutral. All my interactions were actually positive with people.
Yeah.
Which I think is a testament just how much love people brought to that show. And that's a soppy thing to say, but like, it wouldn't have worked without that, right? So there is that.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think everybody that went really wanted to go and really wanted to have a good time and was there to have a good time and wanted everyone else to have a good time. And yeah, you could feel the amount of care and just niceness in the rooms.
Yeah.
Just
So whilst we're on the Shucks subject, I'm kind of answering questions not chronologically, but a few things that I wanted to cover. Somebody asked if we knew that Paul was leaving. We didn't know Paul was leaving. We didn't.
Not until today.
Yeah, actually. So Quinn's messaged me this morning asking for a picture, because I was doing a lot of video work at Shucks, and he asked me for a picture of Paul, and that's the picture that's right now on the article where Paul is leaving. That I sent them, but he didn't even tell me what the picture was for. He was like, "Hey, can you just send me a picture of Paul?" So that was a very closely guarded secret. Although, because I was filming the documentary, I was obviously having a lot of conversations with him at the time, And a lot of the things Paul said make a lot more sense now. Yeah, which
Sure.
I maybe don't want to say, and we'll
No.
have to ask about what I
No.
should include and exclude in the video. So, yeah,
Okay.
we didn't know. They closely guarded that. Someone said they wish that Chuck's was in the old continent. Now that we went, and that's I think one of the things that our video is going to deal with. We understand why it has to be in Vancouver. Like we can't. We hope that's relayed in the video. But it's one thing to say, oh no, like it has to be in Vancouver. And it really does. Because I don't think that show would work here. And because what they were able to acquire, like for people to have financially is not doable. And it's not just the venue. There are so many things. And I think one of the reasons it works is because Vancouver actually wants them there. Like there's no way you could say to the NEC, hey, we're organizing this show. What kind of incentives can you give us, Birmingham?
No.
And Birmingham would be like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's there because it works there. So, and I think if you want, what for me was definitely the best board game convention, like just an experience that's incredibly positive and different. And it's not about, going and buying games, but more about spending time with good people. I think you should consider next year. And plan your holidays accordingly, basically, which is really expensive. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really expensive.
there you go. Okay, Last Place podcast. This might be we have plans for maybe one more goodbye episode of Last Place podcast. We've talked about this with John, and the reason we started Last Place was because we enjoyed talking to each other, and it got to the point where it didn't start to feel like we were talking to each other. It felt like we were doing work, and it was always this weird little side project that we did because we enjoy each other's company, and I think like there was a point where we probably even started avoiding each other a little bit in terms of like organizing and scheduling the podcast, and that's not a place where I wanted to be or he wanted to be. So we decided to maybe do one more episode whenever we have time, maybe sometime after Spiel, and then call it that.
A last hurrah.
A last hurrah. But that doesn't mean it's the end of podcasting for us. So we'll see what the future holds, really. So that's the Last Place question answered.
Sorry, Last Place fans.
Yeah, sorry, Last Place fans. When's the second MPI Gloomhaven scenario coming out? First one was awesome. So thank you. We'll put it up for sale sometime immediately after Spiel. As soon as we get back, we'll sort that out, and you'll be able to purchase it. And at some point later, maybe next year, we'll release it for free. So thank you. Oh, by the way, if you are buying the Czech or Polish version of Gloomhaven, the localized version. Yeah, the first scenario is actually included in the main game, which I'm so excited about. Apparently, the people who were doing the localizing, they asked Isaac if they could include that scenario in the main box. And I was like, wow, that's cool. So yeah, officially, our scenario is going to be in the main Gloomhaven box. Yeah, that's pretty cool. My hair is amazing. No, it's not. I'm going bald. Did you know that? So that's a thing. As you can see, Elaine is dying.
I'm not. I'm fine.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm fine. I have tea. I'm fine.
Yeah. People are just realizing that Paul is leaving Shut Up and Sit Down.
It's sad.
It is incredibly sad.
But we want him to be happy and to do what he wants to do. And I just know whatever he does, he's going to be amazing at it. So
yeah, for sure. Who's our favorite board game reviewer, Elaine?
My favourite board game reviewer is Efka.
Aww. My favourite board game reviewer is Paul Dean. I see. I tried to like invoke the tear clause. Yeah. Everyone going a little bit tear-eyed, but you started coughing. So
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't talk. This is why we couldn't make a video, because I can't talk more than one sentence without coughing.
Do you find that Spirit Island can be anticlimactic? Are you excited about Jagged Earth? It's been a while since I played that game.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was anticlimactic when I played it, because I think the first time we played it, we lost pretty hard, and then we kind of went, okay, we know what we've done wrong, we're going to try again, and then we succeeded. So it didn't. It felt like, hooray, we won.
Is that the time you played it with John's friends Matt and Claire, who are now our friends Matt and Claire?
Our friends Matt and Claire, Answering the other question, my favourite reviewer, right? I genuinely don't think I have one, because it depends what the game is.
Yeah.
Everyone has such different styles of reviewing.
Much better answer than mine.
No, yours was the tearjerker. Mine's the boring answer. But yeah, it really depends on the game and kind of what I want to find out about the game. I don't really have a favourite reviewer.
So,
I thought I better say that. So
I kind of skipped ahead with the questions, and I probably missed some. So if your question wasn't read out and you really want it read out, and you can see that I kind of skipped ahead, just type it in again for us, please, because we kind of went off on a tangent a little bit at the start. Netis asks, which game are you looking forward to from Essen? I know you dreaded this question, Elaine.
I do, because I have the memory of a goldfish, and I don't remember anything. Blackout Hong Kong. But I am also looking forward to, and this is one that Efka doesn't agree with necessarily. Strangely, is Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. There we go. I remembered it. Because Efka really likes Between Two Cities, and I like Castles of Mad King Ludwig. So I'm hoping that it's going to kind of bridge the gap between.
Whereas two. I looked at Between Two Castles and thought, this doesn't do that much difference. No. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see. How do we pick which games we review?
Throw them up in the air and see which one falls down first.
You went with that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, so I guess we play games, and they have to excite us in some way. They have to be interesting in some way. So some of the reviews that are upcoming is Treasure Island, because my God, is it clever. Discover Lands Unknown, just because of how different it is, and boy does it do some weird things that we don't necessarily like or enjoy, which is tipping our hat a little bit, but I think it's going to be an interesting review nonetheless. And by the way, nothing to do with the unique thing. That's just a kind of a by the by almost, you know? So there's...
Yeah, it's still a different game. Even if everybody got the same box, it would still feel like a different game. This time you gave a much better answer.
Okay, fair enough.
What are you looking forward to from Essen?
Oh God, yeah, of course, me. So Blackout Hong Kong. I'm looking forward to the Concordia new standalone version / expansion. Not just because it introduces a team variant, but also because if you pick up the standalone version, the box is big enough to hold everything that's been published for Concordia. I think.
And we broke the box.
And we broke the box.
Concordia Salsa.
So if you watch our top 10, the bit where we have Concordia, there's an intro bit where the box flies out of the shelf. And it actually does fly out of the shelf. And then what you don't see, because it's off camera, the box breaks. And
so Efka's looking forward to buying a new box.
I am.
Is what he's
saying. Also the cover is really good this time around. So there is that. Trade on the Tigris, because I got a little bit of a play of that at Shucks, but then I had to run off to do something else because I was filming the documentary. And I started playing that, and I was like, "Oh, this is a bit like Sidereal, but also not at all like Sidereal." And I'm like, "Okay, I can
interesting comparison."
Yeah, I can dig that. I'm looking forward to get some demos. Plant had some very
I'm
exciting
really looking
games,
forward to getting some demos,
like Neon Gods and Common Odds, which was at Shucks, but we didn't have time to play it. And also maybe they'll have the game. That's the Dead of Winter spiritual sequel. What's it called? You know where they're on a ship and...
Yeah, I'm not super
Gen
excited
7
about that.
I am.
But, you are.
Yeah.
So, we'll check those out.
Yeah, and so how do we pick games? Yeah, they just have to excite us. They have to be interesting enough. And a lot of games fall off. We play a lot of games that don't make it. What did we play recently that we're like, we're not going to cover that? We played Bargain Quest. We decided not to cover it.
Yeah.
We played, blanking now.
Don't ask me.
Gizmos, we decided not to cover Gizmos, which was
Right.
totally fine. It was a totally fine
It was a
game.
great game. I think, if we just can't see how to make a sensible video, like a sensible narrative for a video, then even if it's a fine game, like,
Yeah. And someone asked
then it drops off.
if we're going to cover Wildlands, the Martin Wallace.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's a very potential maybe, because we played one game of it only so far, far not enough to decide. But it was interesting because it felt like almost like a pastiche of miniature war games. You know, like Martin Wallace said, these things that miniature war games do are very silly indeed. Let's make a little bit of fun of them. Even if you look at the miniatures, you know, they're expressive, but they look like they were sculpts made like in the 80s, you know, and they have like this sort of air of humor to them. I feel
it was a bit cartoony.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was very different from his other games. So, or his other games that I've played. So maybe.
Elaine, this is a question for you because you're more of a podcast person. Do you have any good non-boarding podcast recommendations?
Do you know what? I told you already I have a memory of a goldfish, right? And recently I had to not restart my phone. What do you call it? Like, reset my phone. And I lost all my podcasts. And I was so upset because I had a lot of them that I used to listen to. Non-board game ones. I like a lot of kind of spooky horror stories and true murders and things like that. So that kind of thing. But I don't remember any names right now because I lost them all. What about you, Efka? Do you listen to any non?
I guess I listen to Mark Maron's podcast.
Oh yeah.
Because
I like that one.
I think I like it. I don't necessarily like Maron's personality, but what I do like about the podcast itself is his ability to get under people's skin, but in a good way. You know, like he understands how to relate to people, and I enjoy celebrity interviews in general, not because they're celebrities, but I feel like they're people who have experienced, like, you know, like they're at the top of their profession game, I guess. You know, and I'm interested to listen to artists who are at the top of their game, right? That to me is, you know, like an interesting perspective. And he doesn't just interview actors, he interviews musicians and stuff, you know. So I enjoy Maron's podcast in spite of Mark Maron, I would say. Maybe shut up and sit down can hire Elaine full time. That's something one person said. Elaine immediately filled with dread at even the proposition of that.
Elaine already works for NPI.
Yeah.
I would feel like I was a turncoat if I suddenly joined SUSD. It would be an honour, but no.
Oh god. How did you guys play Fog of Love without having a world-ending fight?
A what?
A world-ending fight.
World-ending fight?
Yeah. Fog of Love.
Because it's just a game.
Yeah, it's just a game. We know how to roleplay. It's fine. We've done it before. Yeah. How soon will there be a board game about Brexit? I mean, there probably already is some sort of naff,
it's
stupid
probably a
party
Monopoly variant.
Yeah. Let's not. Apparently, Gizmo thinks he is Elaine's favourite board game reviewer.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe he is actually. Sorry, I'm sorry. He's just adorable.
Oh god, that's not a serious question. What's your life purpose? Next.
Wow.
What is the answer to
that
life,
one.
the universe, and everything?
42.
Has Efka lost weight? Oh god. Will you be doing a get together at Essen this year? No. Sadly not. So the venue last year has basically said, "Oh, we'll probably charge you money next year if you want to do it," and we're like, "No, because we just do it like for fun." And yeah, so I'm sure maybe they were just saying that in the spur of the moment or something like that. But I know because I know people are doing meetups at that same location again. So I don't know what kind of deals they worked out, but for us it was just a bit of fun, and we didn't really, like, that's not where we want to prioritize our efforts. If people want to meet us, we'll probably tweet something on Saturday and just keep an eye on our Twitter where we'll be, and people can come up and say hi, and that'll be that, really. So, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Some people saying very nice things.
Thank you.
Which lands, terrain did you get in your set of Discover? We got
desert.
And snow. We've played through the desert.
Yeah.
We're still to do snow. And this wasn't the only time we played Discover as well. We actually played Discover, oh God, was it about 2 or 3 months ago? No, maybe 2 months ago. We played with a different final production copy, which had the sort of grass forest. Yeah, because it had mountains in it. Yeah, grass terrain, yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually like a second copy that we're playing through. But yeah. Have you tried any 18xx games?
No.
Not yet. Sometime, but we're so preoccupied with sort of this spectrum of the hobby, I guess. You know, we want to experience all the... But we need to, like, do research and find the right one and find the right crowd.
Yeah,
and
tell us
stuff.
a good one.
Yeah. What is the Concordia expansion called? It's called Venus. Do you do much thought or preparation ahead of Essen for future videos, skits, jokes, or rather let things develop spontaneously? I mean...
Ahead of Essen? Like, what, from the games that we're bringing home from Essen?
Or, like, maybe if we go to Essen to, like, film some sort of a bit that we can put in a video or something like that. Because I've been thinking, since we haven't finished filming Treasure Island, yeah, we could maybe do a bit there or something like that.
I don't think we're near the sea, though.
Yeah. What? Oh, because
pirates.
Yeah, alright, okay. But, like, it's a foreign land, right? Like, you hide treasure in the middle of Germany. And
yeah, Germans are well known
funny.
For piracy.
Yeah, of course they are. Do either of you have any interest in joining This Game Is Broken for an episode or two? You should keep an eye on that in November, I think. Sorry, I really need to catch up to this, and I'm feeling really, really ill. Can you tell? We're both completely smashed. Do we have... Elaine, do you have any preferred board gaming music, like for when you're playing board games?
Like my own songs. But just have them on a loop. Just from the Games Expo. Those songs over and over again.
You're not well, are you?
No, no, I'm not. Actually, we kind of... It depends what the game is. Sometimes, when we were playing Treasure Island, we did have some piratey music. That was quite fun. And then it kind of went... What was it? It went into like Metallica or something, didn't it? That was amazing.
Because the Ecstasy of Gold, they start their shows with the Ecstasy of Gold, right? And then it went into there for some reason.
But otherwise, like, I guess generally sort of jazzy, like indie music. Yeah, we like a lot of different types of music. So.
Sometimes it is just Spotify's Discover. And
Sometimes it's really good.
Yeah. Are there any asymmetric games you are excited about? It's not something I get, like, very amped up about. Because, I mean, Root was the big asymmetric game. We haven't reviewed that yet.
No.
Again, video coming. It's gotten to the point, so the reason we haven't reviewed Root yet is because, like, the box they sent us was busted in the mail. So we're like, hey, can you send us, like, a different box, just a box? And can you please send us the expansion, because we want to review everything together. We want people to have a cohesive, kind of review and stuff like that. And they were like, sure, we'll just send you a whole new copy of the game, and we'll send you the expansion as well. And that was 2 months ago. And, like, there's a shipping notification that it's about to go out from the distributor, but it hasn't gone out yet. So I need to chase that up, really. But I at one point, I felt like it was easier if I just borrowed it from Quinn. So I asked Quinn at Shucks, can I just come around and borrow your copy? And he was like, sure, fine. And so, yeah, we'll work on it as soon as we get back from Spiel.
No, I don't think there's any asymmetric games I'm really excited about.
What's your favourite Key series game? You know, Keyflower, Keyforge.
Yeah.
That's Keyforge is the...
I know, I get it. I get it. You're doing a funny, I know.
I
I know, I get it. I haven't really played many of them. I've played Keyflower once.
Yeah. Remember with Rado, we played that Key something. Key something. The tile placement.
I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah. It's definitely not Cathedral.
No.
And it's not Key City.
No.
And
I don't remember what it was called.
No, like, I'm not the biggest Richard Breeze fan. I appreciate a lot what he does. It is very clever mechanically, slightly too dry for me, and there's always like a catch, but I feel like it's one of those games, like a lot of the same design comes from Simone Luciani and that crew, you know, who designed Tolkien and Teotihuacan that's coming out at Essen Spiel.
Oh yeah, Teotihuacan.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these games rely on resources that are just sort of bouncing up and forth, and it's just kind of finding that balance. And that's not the most exciting type of Euro game for me. But yeah, I'm kind of talking about this in way too broad terms, I think, for that to make any sense. Right, are we merging with Shut Up and Sit Down? No.
Shut up and don't pun.
Yeah, shut up and don't pun. God, that would be yeah. Is there a game that everyone around you don't like but you do? Well, you really like the Bullseye board game, right?
I like viticulture, and not a lot of people in my gaming group like viticulture.
I thought it was the other way around. I don't like viticulture, and it seems like everyone thinks it's a perfectly fine game. Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, what your perspective is?
Well, that's hilarious. It's hard to say. It's hard to say really how people feel about a game. I know that I like a lot of social deduction games that none of my friends really like at all. So there is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like the crowd around here are really into social deduction at all.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the biggest social deduction.
No, you really aren't. Yeah.
I mean, I like Insider, right?
Yeah.
I think because it's quick.
Yeah, the Insider always felt more like a party game.
And I like Two Rooms and a Boom.
Yeah, that's good though. That's very good.
Game. And it's like
remember at Chuck's when we wanted to play Two Rooms and a Boom, and the queue was like, "You'll have to wait 2 hours," or whatever it was. Yeah. It was huge. People really wanted to play Two Rooms and a Boom.
It's a good game.
Yeah. What are the modern games, that really sparked your love for the board gaming hobby, Elaine? Doesn't say Elaine. I added Elaine onto that.
Crumbs. I don't know really. I guess I have to say one of them is Catan because it was the first modern board game that I played, and it was so different from anything I'd ever played before. And then I don't know what we started playing next. Oh, we played Memoir 44 pretty quickly after that, I think, didn't we?
Twilight Imperium.
Oh, I didn't play that though.
Yeah, okay.
No, I didn't like that at first because it was in Lithuanian and I had no idea what was going on. Yeah. So, no, but we played. Yeah, no, not Memoir 44. That's not what I mean. I mean 1775. Oh yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, that was a while after we started. That was the first board game we reviewed. Yeah. Smooth.
There's like a blank period in my brain between the first board game I
played Arkham Horror a lot, I remember.
And when we started reviewing games.
Didn't know any better.
Arkham Horror?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did play that. I guess we played a lot of role-playing games at the time though, so we didn't play a huge amount of board games, did we? But still 1775, I think that counts. And Memoir 44 actually, I'm going to add that to the list. I think just as more games come along that I like, things like Mysterium that I really liked, Sidereal Confluence, just so many games that I've played and I've just thought, wow, this is amazing, wow, this is amazing, Unlock, wow, this is amazing, Gloomhaven, wow, this is amazing, and it's just kept me interested in the hobby, and the fact that there are so many different types of games is what I think helps keep my interest, because I'm easily bored. So if I was playing a similar game over and over again, I think I would have dropped out by now. But there's such a wide range of them that, yeah.
That's pretty fair. Why are the questions...
Are you not going to answer that?
No, because there's a lot of questions, and we need to catch up.
Okay, sorry.
Why are the questions they're reading out completely different to the ones appearing in my chat window? Well, the answer to that is because we're very slow at answering the questions, and there are a lot of questions, and they keep coming and coming and coming. So
and we're sorry.
We're getting there.
And Elaine keeps waffling about nothing.
No, you're not waffling. Do you know what happened to the people from Ant-Lad Games after they talked about women in the board gaming world? We don't want to do gossip here, so let's just, that topic is... Women in board gaming isn't important, but let's move on. What is your opinion on Wildlands, the new game from Martin Wallace? We talked a little bit very briefly about it, so just whiz back.
We've only played it once.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it so far.
If you could smash two games together and produce a fusion game, what would be the best and worst combination?
Brass and When I Dream.
Brass and When I Dream.
Yeah.
That's the worst combination, right? Yeah.
All your dreams are about Birmingham. Like, every dream you have is about you going to the bull ring in Birmingham or something.
There's a bull ring in Birmingham?
I mean, it's a shopping centre.
Right, okay.
Called the bull ring.
Wow. The more you know.
I mean, not that was in Brass, because it wasn't... Anyway, what would be your one that you would really like to see mashed together?
I don't know. Let's say... oh God, I had one in my head and now I forgot. It was very funny.
I'm sorry.
It was... Oh, Unlock in Twilight Imperium 4. There you go. Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No. But well, I don't know. You have to escape some sort of star battle.
That's cool, right? Yeah. Sure.
We may be in a Star Wars.
So many questions. Have we played Haunted Tonica? No, we haven't. People love viticulture apparently, which is great.
Oh, thanks.
What is the most overrated game? I don't know. Like, how do you quantify that?
Monopoly.
Oh, sure, fair. Okay.
Words with Friends. Because it's
friends.
a rip-off of Scrabble.
What's your most exciting Euro game? I think Mombasa is very exciting just because of the whole, like, shifting nature of the stocks and stuff that you invest in. Are you investing in the right thing and not? Yeah, I find that a very exciting Euro game. It's not predictable necessarily, and a gut call could lead towards victory. So I find that pretty cool. Yeah. I'm looking for a head-to-head game to play with my wife. I was thinking Ashes or Star Wars LCG. Do you have any other suggestions? Well, we don't really play a lot of head-to-head games because you don't like head-to-head games that
Seven
much.
Wonders Duel.
Sure, yeah, that's pretty good. But I mean, I guess with the expansion, there's enough kind of enough variety there to keep it going.
Or maybe the Arkham Horror LCG as well.
Yeah, that's not competitive, and it's pretty nice actually.
I
don't like the randomness in that game at all. But
But a lot of people like that game.
A lot of people love that game.
Yeah, maybe that one. Ganchu and Clever.
Hello from Czech Republic. I have a question. Should I buy Gaia Project or Sidereal Confluence? Well, those are two very different games.
Yeah.
Sidereal is a more of an event.
Depends on your group of friends.
Yeah. Sidereal is a lot more about discussion and bartering and talking and a lively table conversation.
I mean, they're both about space.
Yeah, that's the commonality.
But I think that's where it ends.
I think it's also much more of a space game because for Gaia Project, Sidereal, Gaia Project, the space is just set dressing for a Euro game, right? Okay. Whereas Sidereal really feels like you are playing the space races that you are playing in a way, right? So Gaia Project, if you like thinky games where people will mostly be silent and thinking and then curse themselves out loud every 10 minutes or so. And Sidereal, if you like lively table conversation. So that's how you should make that decision.
That was good. That was a good summary.
Thank you. I'll pat myself on the head for that. I try. Would it be possible to make an asymmetrical game within Ameritrash for one player and Eurogame for another, so that people who like different types of games could play together? How would they interact? Because in Eurogames you don't interact, and in Ameritrash games you interact. I don't know. I'm not a game designer.
No.
So yeah, that's it. That's a game design challenge.
That's definitely a game design challenge.
But
I think I would quite like to see that.
Yeah.
I think that could be quite interesting.
Who is your favorite person and why is it Elaine?
What? That's not what it says.
It does say that.
Okay.
Why is Elaine your favorite person, Elaine?
No, Elaine is definitely not my favourite person.
My favourite person. I do enjoy an Elaine.
I don't have a favourite person.
No?
No.
No, okay.
No. No, I mean apart from you, like.
Sure.
But that's
okay.
a cop out.
All right, fair. That's pretty fair. Did you enjoy Pandemic Legacy Season 2? We played the intro game.
Yeah.
And that's
as far as we got.
Yeah.
We are terrible people.
What is the next con we are planning to go to after
Essen.
Spiel?
Oh.
Yeah. None. We are planning to make videos because we haven't done one in a while.
No, and we need to do that.
Yeah. So we'll be doing a lot of videos. There's some exciting stuff coming up in terms of stuff that we've done that hasn't come out yet. One of the things that people who weren't at Chuck's might not know about is the Victorian Parlour Games panel that Elaine hosted with Team Shut Up and Sit Down. And I think that's one of the most spectacular, it was definitely one of the best panels at Chuck's.
Thank you.
And definitely one of the best things we've done in terms of like a live kind of audience thing.
It was one of the most different things that I've done. I've never, apart from singing at the UK Games Expo, I've never really got up in front of a lot of people and hosted a show. So it was very different. And I think they had fun and we had fun, and so that's cool. That should come out. Hopefully.
I mean, Elaine's underselling it. It was raucous laughter. I was in the audience and I was in tears. I really just couldn't stop laughing. So if you're looking for a video where you'll spend an hour just falling off your chair, stricken by laughter, then that's the video you should look out for. The Victorian Parlour Games panel from Sharks. They
were pretty funny.
You were pretty funny. You put them in hilarious positions.
Well,
and in more ways than one.
Because I read the blurb that said expect us to lose our dignity or something. I was like, right, I'm running with that.
Yeah. Some of them did really lose their dignity. I will say that.
Yeah. But in a nice way. It was friendly. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. More questions came up as we were answering that. So, have we played Kingdom Death? And if so, what do you think of it? We have not played. Mostly because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
There's no point in them sending us a review copy, so we never even asked. And hunting that out seems like a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I'm not sure the payoff is quite there. And from everything we've heard about the game, it doesn't really sound like it's going to be the sort of game that we're going to enjoy.
I think you answered that fully.
Yeah, okay, so moving on from that. Any pencil and paper RPG experience? God, yes, we started playing games with RPGs. I started playing RPGs in 2004.
Yeah.
And when I met Elaine, I was like, right, you're playing D&D. And we played D&D. It was pretty good. She enjoyed it. And then we're like, what more can we play? More D&D. And then as we were playing D&D, we discovered board games. So, yeah.
But no, that's also underselling it a bit, because we played...
people can go watch a live D&D thing that we did in Bristol as well in February. Because that's on
true.
our channel.
Yeah, we did a live D&D thing. We had a good time.
That's hosted by Mark Humes from Yogscast. He does the...
He's such a good GM.
Yeah, he does the GMing for Yogscast. He does all the D&D live streams, what's the Aoris? Yeah, High Rollers, Aoris.
Yeah.
So check that out. He's very, very good. And also Tom Hazel from Yogscast was in that.
And he was very good too.
We had good fun. We had so much fun playing that game. So you should check that out. Part 2 is on our channel. Part 1 is on Mark's channel, which is Tabletop Weekly. Cool. Okay. What board card games would you recommend for a casual gaming group over a few alcoholic drinks that people may not know that well or is talked about when those types of games? That's the question that I read out, not sure correctly. Alcoholics and plus games. Alcohol plus games.
Alcohol plus games.
Light games. Alcohol.
Light games.
Yeah.
What, no one said
Slash
anything
card
about
games.
it being a light game. right?
Okay, yeah. Twilight Imperium
Twilight
4.
Imperium 4.
Yeah, done. Sorted.
No, I don't know. Meeple Circus, that'd be hilarious if you were drunk, I think. Card games.
I don't know. We played Champion of the Wild. That could have disastrous consequences.
That really could, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a game where you argue a lot. I'm sorry about that.
You do argue a lot.
So that might be good when
Might be
you're drunk.
fun, yeah.
Or maybe not. Do we still go to brick and mortar shops?
What, generally?
Yeah, because we receive a lot of review copies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do we still buy games?
Yeah.
Like, we went to one in Vancouver. There wasn't anything we wanted to buy because we had everything we wanted to buy. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also go to leisure games.
In London, from time to time, we'll pop our head in and stuff. Because they have a lot of indie RPGs, so we'll go in there and just check them out.
We bought 10 Candles in there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Would you get tired of playing new games all the time? Do you find time to become good at one game or a few games? If so, what that would be? I'm not so much into games to become good at them, I think. Like, I enjoy the narrative experience of a game. And I like to kind of go where the game takes me. And oftentimes...
How deep?
Yeah. Oftentimes, by the time I've played a game enough to review it, I feel like I've gotten out of that game what I want to generally get out of games. So I'm good. I don't know about you.
I think just sometimes I think, oh, I wish we could play this game again. But we can't because we have to play something else.
Yeah.
But no, I don't play games to become good at them.
Yeah. Have I painted minis? And
you know what
have
might
you
be
painted
good for like
minis?
a drunk day? Magic Maze also.
Oh, sure, yeah, Magic Maze would be good for a
Magic
drunk
Maze,
evening.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Have you painted minis, or have I painted minis?
We both have.
We both have.
Chris is much better at it than I am.
You can check out the minis I've painted in our Star Wars Legion review, and
Yes.
yeah, you'll see that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're a lot more patient than I'm not. I don't have patience to paint.
What's your favourite filler game, Elaine?
Favourite filler game? Oh, I don't know. Is it Insider?
Maybe, I think so.
Maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe Fake Artist?
Yeah, okay.
Another Wink choice.
Right now, for me, it's High Society, I think. It's pretty good.
You really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's still there.
Due to our popularity, do we now receive free games from publishers?
Oh, Sean Clever again.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
that's pretty good. Yeah. We receive a lot of games from publishers. It's from their perspective, it's a smart way and cheap way of marketing yourselves because it doesn't really cost them anything to send a game, or mostly nothing. It depends on their distribution.
Fox and the Forest as well.
Oh, that's a good filler game.
Sorry, I keep answering the previous question as things pop into my head.
Do we have any board game production pet peeves? Too much hair in the box, etc.
Too much hair in the box.
Hair. I would not like hair in the box. That would really put me off if I opened the box and there was hair. That would be.
Stop making me laugh and cough. My nose run. Poor punchboard.
Poor punchboard,
Yeah.
pretty bad. I actually have the opposite of a lot of air. I have like not enough air. I just got Dinosaur Island Extreme Edition, and I punched all the punchboards out, and I couldn't put it back together. I had to get extra large baggies so that all the components lay flat, so that I could put the lid back on top.
I guess it also sometimes annoys me when there's like one baggie in the box, like just don't give me any. Or give me like an adequate amount, not one, and then I have to choose what goes in the baggie.
Right. Okay. So if we had to play a new Euro game that plays up to 5 people, what 3 other board game reviewers would you like to play with?
Oh.
I mean, this is a funny one because we like a lot of the board game reviewers that we get to talk to, but in terms of like an ideal playing group, right? The funny thing about that is that we don't know them as well as friends as we know our friends that we play games with. So whilst I cherish the moments where I get to play games with other board game reviewers, especially ones whose company I enjoy a lot, and sometimes I really like, I think playing... The first time I met Vassal was when we played Scythe.
Yeah.
And since then we haven't played a game together, and it's kind of become a running gag between us that,
let's play a game.
Let's play a game, right? And we know we won't because we don't have time.
Yeah. I think there's so many. Like, I wouldn't want it to be one dinner. I'd want it to be...
Yeah. No, the thing is, if I meet other board game reviewers, I think I want to spend that time just chatting to them because we don't get to see those people that often, you know? Like, you'd see them at a convention and go, oh, I haven't seen you in ages. Let's just sit down and talk because that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, especially if you're playing like a Euro together, because then you're not really even talking.
You're not even talking with people.
So, yeah. Also, there's a tendency that if you do play a game together to like overanalyze it after you've finished.
Yeah. Have we tried Too Many Bones? No.
No.
Did we look at Magna Storm? No, but John said it looks interesting, so we're grabbing that at Spiel.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah. When is Brass Birmingham review coming out? Oh my god. I don't know. Sometime soon, I hope.
When we've stopped being sick.
Yeah. Any other combinations of metal and UK City that would work? Brass Huddersfield probably would work, wouldn't it?
Metal in UK City?
Yeah.
Gold Milton Keynes. That's a metal.
Someone thanked me for sticking up for Bez at the Tabletop Gaming Live panel thing, and that was a thing that happened that I probably shouldn't talk about live on air, but
no, maybe not.
Yeah, someone was being awful to someone else on a panel, and I stopped that, I think. I'm not sure I stopped it, but I had words.
But you tried,
yeah.
You tried.
What are some of our favorite music acts? Well, we always put up a record when we do a video, so we put up records that we like because those are the records we have, and we have them because we like those records.
Exactly. Yeah, like if we really like a musical act, then we will tend to buy it on vinyl.
Because we're hipsters like
musical
that. I have the beard. I have the hair that's longer in the middle. Yeah, that's the hipstery thing, right? No, okay, that'll stop now. Whose idea was to start reviewing board games? Mine. Is it a full-time hobby or career or both? Career for me, hopefully career soon for Elaine. We just picked up Seafall. I'm so sorry. How far into the campaign have you gotten? 5 games and we utterly gave up. Enjoying it still? No.
No, sorry. But we hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy it because the first couple of games I really enjoyed. I just think, like for me, that game depended a lot. That my enjoyment of that game depended a lot on how I did on the particular game that we had. And I don't necessarily think that's a marking of a great game. If you don't do so well, then you don't have a good time. And I don't know, that it kind of... I don't know what you didn't like about it. I think it was too repetitive or...
Too aggressive.
Too aggressive.
Yeah, it got very cutthroat. I started hating my friends. Yeah. And I was like... And it was too dry. Like, it was a strange combination of being very dry, but also very aggressive.
But if you like dry and aggressive, hopefully you'll like it.
Yeah, and the narrative got very repetitive. It was interesting at first, but then the same paragraph, slightly differently written, kept being read out and over again. And
it was a shame.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like that game.
I was done with it. I didn't want to hate my friends anymore. No. Are we dressing up for Halloween?
I'm going to dress up as Efka.
And I'm going to dress up as Efka.
I was going to say we're doing it now. I'm actually Efka. No. We're not. I don't think we're big on Halloween, really. I like bonfire night. With the toffee apples and the fireworks. And I like fireworks. I know a lot of people don't like fireworks because they're loud. But I like them.
Yeah, no, I like going out for fireworks and bonfire.
I had a dog who was a bit frightened of fireworks, but he was okay. Like if
It's most dogs, right?
Oh, you know, yeah, but he was fine if we just like kept him safe and fed him biscuits.
Do you generally like games with power? Is Gloomhaven Is Gloomhaven your favorite board game of all time? We placed it as number 1 on our top 10, so that's that answer. Do we generally like games with paragraph books, stuff like Near and Far, Agents of Smash, or Tales of Arabian Nights?
I think if they're well written.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the ones that were mentioned.
No.
Yeah, but
you like Consulting Detective, right?
Well, I guess that has
writing in it.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But that's a different, I guess, kind of game where, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to Common Odds. That looks interesting.
I think if it's really well written, and it seems interesting, then yeah. Like, we don't mind a bit of reading.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No,
Netters once again says, Gizmo thinks he would be Elaine's favourite board game reviewer to play a game with.
Yes! He would eat all the pieces!
Yes. Gizmo is a bird. If you don't follow Netters on Twitter, it's a parrot.
Not parrot, it's a cockatiel.
I'm sorry, I'm not bird fluent. Have you ever thought about making a board game of your own?
He has little red cheeks. He's the most adorable.
You broke Elaine. Well done.
Oh, and sometimes he helps play games, and sometimes he helps review games, and he's just the most adorable. Sorry.
Have we ever thought about making a board game of our own? Yes, no. No.
I mean,
yes,
I might have thought about it.
Yeah, but then realised it's a terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah.
And there is a reason we're board game reviewers and not board game designers, because we can pick games apart, we can't put them back together again. Have we played Chinatown? No. Do you have other jobs outside of board game reviews?
Yes.
You do. I don't.
Library.
What does Elaine do for a living? That's answered. How? Okay, that's not an appropriate question.
Don't read that one out.
No, I won't read it out. I will hide user from this channel. This very naughty question. I know, right? Really what is that all about?
Boom.
Cockatiels are the smallest parrots.
Oh, okay.
I learned a fact, thank you.
Okay, well, we were both right then, because you said parrot, right?
Yeah. Gizmo broke Elaine. She did. He did. I'm confused. Could you rank the Vito Lacetta's games in order according to your preference? I will say that I really like the Gallerist and Kanban, which I think it was two of his wonkiest designs, but I really like them.
Which is funny because the Gallerist was always my favourite, and you were like, and then suddenly you're like, oh yeah, I really like the Gallerist now. So.
Oh, I missed the question. Are you at a place in your popularity where people recognise you outside of conventions? Twice, well no, okay, more than twice it has happened, but twice people have come up to us, once in London, which is less weird because there's a lot of people in London, and once in Harpenden, which is a town where we live. That was more weird because Harpenden is a very, very small place. And ironically, the person that came up to us in Harpenden, they were driving by, they saw us, they stopped the car, got out, came up to us, said hi. No, they said, "Are you Elaine and Africa from No Pun Included?" and that made our day. But I kind of didn't think much of it. And then Shut Up and Sit Down were doing before they started streaming on Twitch. They were doing a live stream with Creative Assembly in their studios, who are a video game publisher.
Yeah.
They do the Total War series. And I thought, okay, I'll tune into that because they were playing 878 Vikings. And I tuned into it, and one of the people from Creative Assembly who was in that live stream was that person that walked up to me. And I thought, what a coincidence. But anyway, yeah.
But no, not generally is the answer.
Yeah. I thought we were almost done, and there's a lot more questions all of a sudden. Will you have any kind of event at Essen this year? The answer is no, but scroll back.
There are a lot of good events going on at Essen.
So go to one of those. There's a lot of meetups and stuff. Yeah, we're not doing one this year, sadly.
No, but we'll be walking around, so if you want to say hi...
Would you rather
I don't know why you'd want to say hi to us, but if you do, we will be there.
Would you rather be a giraffe with the trunk or an elephant or an elephant with the neck of a giraffe?
Oh no, it's one of those 1,000 duck questions.
Yeah. I would like to be 1,000 ducks.
No, horse-sized duck. That's a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse.
No, I just want to be 1,000 ducks.
I don't know. I don't know. Would the trunk be its neck? No, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So this is an important question, Elaine.
Okay.
If you bought a new puppy, what would you name it? Oh no.
Beetle's.
Vitalis?
Oh no, there has to be a puppy pun. There has to be a board game.
Puppy Lasada, surely.
No, that doesn't make any
No,
sense.
okay.
No, I can't think of one. We're no good at puns. If you can think of a puppy. No, not a puppy. Oh, what am I talking about now? Nothing.
If someone saw an expo and said they didn't want to bother us, bother us. Bother
No,
us.
bother us,
It's
please.
fine. Please bother us.
Please
it's
bother us.
totally fine. I think there's some questions still, but I think probably time to give it a kind of a wrap up thing. Do you feel like wrapping up?
Yeah, we don't want to bore
No,
people.
yeah, we've been going on for a while, and
We hope you have a lot of fun at Essen Spiel if you're going to Essen Spiel.
yeah, and if you are
If you are
there,
not,
once again, I'll
yeah.
say that on Saturday we'll tweet where we'll be. You know, in the morning we'll
Yeah,
tweet
sure.
at this time we'll be there. Mm-hmm. And if you follow us on Twitter, you can come and say hi. You know, so
Or even if you don't follow us on
yeah,
Twitter.
no, but like
That's not
that's where you'll
required.
find the information.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sick.
I'm very sick. Someone said Vito Labsurda.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But what if it was like a Jack Russell or something?
I
That
don't
wouldn't
know.
work, would it?
We won't be at PAX Unplugged. We won't be
No.
at any board game conventions this year anymore.
No.
I think we're done for conventions. I might go to LobsterCon actually,
okay.
but yeah.
But I'm working.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's that. That's been our Q&A. Elaine will see you out. I'm gonna go around the camera. I don't know why I'm telling them this, and then turn this live stream off. So Elaine, live stream.
Yeah, okay.
It was a stream of limes, and now it's done.
I'm so sorry. It was a bit of a mess. It had a terrible start, and
It's always a mess.
and I was coughing most of the time and
Yeah.
sniffing. So I'm sorry about that. But
Thank you for watching
thank you
us.
so much for watching. It was lovely spending time with you, with all
Yeah.
of you.
We need to go pack.
We do need to go pack. But yeah, if you're going to Essen, please come and say hi. And if you're not going to Essen, we will be tweeting about it, so you can live vicariously through us.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you
See
so
them
much
out,
for
Elaine.
watching. Washing? Ah, I'm so